Hello everybody, welcome to my class once again. This is a continuation of whatever I have taught in the previous class of mine. I was teaching you I remember. So in this class, I was thinking about making you understand about a few question and answers. So in this class, you will get to see certain question answers which are important for your exam and which will help you clarify your doubts and make your concept more potent. So without further delay, let us look at the screen now. I am presenting a few question and answers. Hope it will be helpful to you. So here we can see, read the line and answer the questions. Not brought too long a day. What did not bring too long a day? The poet in this line is talking about the sun, which was never early nor too late. So the sun was never late to come. It was always in time. It never comes early nor remain for a long time. Okay, so it knows its time period. It will come at the time when it has a schedule, and it will go when the time will be there for the sun to set. So it knows its time period and it never disappointed the poet. It used to come in the specified time and it will go off according to its convenience, but it will not remain for a long time in the sky, nor it will come early. And it will also make the poet awake with its gentle sun rays. Why was the day never too long for the poet? The poet as a child was always occupied with several activities around him. He derived his happiness from various elements of nature, and hence the day was never too long for him. He was into so many things. He is reminded of the garden that he used to be in, and he used to play throughout the day, and the different colors of the flower is still there in his mind. Okay, and there were a lot of activities throughout the day and he was occupied with each and everything. Okay, and now in his adulthood there was no such content that will make him happy, or what to say, make him feel afresh, because those are only monotonous work that he has no other option but to perform, right? So he is being nostalgic about his childhood days. Next, do you think this line indicates that the poet possibly finds his days long now? Why? Yes, the line does indicate that the poet finds his days too long, as there is no much joy now compared to his childhood days. Not having much activities to occupy him, the days seem too long. Next, it was a childish ignorance. What does it refer to? It refers to the thoughts of poet as a child. Yes, he was ignorant in his childhood, but that ignorance was heavenly to him. That provided him with so much of solace and bliss that he cannot, even if he wants, he cannot forget those days, the fancy of life. Next is, why does the poet refer to it as childish? Poet had immature thoughts as a child that the far trees were quite high, as close to the sky. Now as a grown-up person, he is referring those thoughts as childish, because it is not possible for a tree to reach the sky, how tall it can be. So when he was a child, he used to think that the top of the far tree will one day reach the sky because of its high length. But now he can realize that it is not possible for the tree to reach the sky. So, you know, however tall you are, how much, elevated and lofty thoughts you have, you can't reach the heaven. Is the poet still as ignorant as he was a child? No, the poet is not as ignorant as he was a child. He is a grown-up personality now. Next, to know that I am farther off from heaven. Why did the poet feel closer to heaven earlier? Earlier, the poet as a child was innocent and found happiness in various elements of nature. He enjoyed whatever the nature offered and hence felt close to heaven in his childhood days. Why does the poet feel farther off from heaven now? The word heaven in the poem symbolizes nature. During his childhood days, poet was close to nature and found happiness in even the smallest of things. Now as he has grown up, he is unable to connect with the things around him. He does not find same peace and happiness in nature. Hence he feels that he is farther off from heaven now. How does the knowledge of being farther away affect the poet? The poet is sad and desolate. Number 5. What does the poet remember of the house where he was born? The poet remembers the window of his house where the sun came on time and woke him up. He describes the vivid, variant flowers and the presence of laburnum tree which his brother planted on one of his birthdays. He remembers the joys of his childhood which he used to enjoy in every smallest thing. Next is, why does the poet say that sun came peeping in? Sun came peeping in refers to the rays of the sun that entered through the window of poet's house while he was sleeping and woke him up gently. So while he used to sleep, the sun very silently peeped through the window and crept inside and made him awake with its gentle sun rays. Why does the poet wish the night had borne his breath away? So the poet is here comparing his childhood and current adulthood days. During his earlier days, he enjoyed the rising sun, getting up and enjoying the day. However, nowadays things are different and he is stressful, unhappy and no longer finds solace. Hence, he wishes the night should never come to an end and he never wakes him to find the current stressful days. Here he talks about the eternal sleep, that is death. Night time is really peaceful for him because there is nothing left in the daylight. Because in the morning tomorrow, he will not find anything that will soothe him. Everything is just monotonous and everything around him just made him unhappy about the situation around. So he does not want to see the sun, he does not want to wake up the next morning. Thus he asks or urges the night to take him to its slumber for the ultimate time. What surrounded the poet's house? The poet's house was surrounded by extremely beautiful, colorful flowers. The birds are like robin, adding a delight to the surroundings. His brother even planted laburnum tree there. How did poet's spirits fly when he was young? The poet enjoyed every aspect of nature during his childhood days. He found happiness and solace in the smallest of things around him. What was poet's opinion about the trees? As a child, the poet felt that far trees were dark and high. He believed that the trees were so high that its top was close to the sky. When he grew up, he found his childhood thoughts to be immature. In fact, it was his innocence which he misses now when he is all grown up. Which lines in the poem prove that the poet was happier as a young boy? This following lines reveal that the poet was happier as a young boy. But now it is little joy to know I am farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. So this where I following lines reveal that the poet was happier as a young boy, but now it is little joy to know that I am farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. So here you can see these lines are very evident to portray the poet's feelings and how joyful he used to be during his childhood days, and now how much he misses all his blissful days, and how much he longed to go back to there, but even if he wants, he can't. This is a lovely poem. Read it once again along with the question answers. Hope it will be a great help to you. For more such updates, you stay tuned with me. Please subscribe to the channel to get more updates, and we are going to meet in the next time. Have a blissful day. Bye bye.